general nerdery.
So this is the first time we've done, I'm just apparently leaping straight into conversation here. Hi guys, general nerdery. This is the first time we've done like a real part 2 of this. So we listened to part 1, like, or at least I did.
I did too.
Before recording. Hi, Yui. And it turns out, like 40 episodes later, those episodes are kind of painful for me to listen to.
Yeah, it was weird.
There was some stuff I liked. Anyways, this is General Nerdery, a podcast about liking things. We're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
And as you
I'm Yui.
And Yui. And as you already heard, Yui's here with us. They've joined us enough times that in a completely unrelated thing, I recently determined Yui's a lieutenant commander. So I'm just...
Works for me.
Yep, they're now Lieutenant Commander Yui.
Yay.
We should actually point out that they are not here with us.
Yes, they are over the phone. So if it sounds tweaky, it's because we cannot see them.
It's true. I moved to Portland, and so I no longer live in Montana anymore, and I miss you guys very much.
Oh, we miss you too. Especially, you've been on here more than anyone else so far. Well,
and their bedroom was my craft. It has become my craft room again. And anytime I'm sitting there, I'm like, am I allowed to be in here? Like, is this weird?
Like, this feels strange. Actually, when we first started setting up the recording in here, this used to be my roommate's room. So
I'm intruding.
Oh yeah, the first 10 episodes of Fried Squirms felt super weird in here. Anyway, what are we doing? Where are we at? What are we...
this is
We're
how
on a
this
podcast.
This is how this entire setup has been going. What have we been ingesting?
What have we been ingesting? Okay, mine's super simple because we recorded 2 days ago. And in between, Danny's computer crapped out. So what I've been ingesting is editing the last 2 episodes of the shows.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah, pretty much nothing. I did in between. I played some Pokemon Go and got my shiny Giratina.
Ooh,
yeah.
I finally got a shiny Charmander thanks to Community Day. But
I did too finally.
Me too.
That's it though. Pokemon Go and listening to myself talk for hours.
God, you gotta be sick of that at this point.
Oh, it's been like the worst weekend.
Yui, what about yourself?
I have been watching through Adventure Time for myself. It's at least the 11th time. But for my partner, but for my partner, it's his first time watching through it, and it's been really fun to rewatch it, not having him know anything about it, even though I am definitely watching it for that finale episode because I want to feel so many feelings.
I got home the day that came out, and you were just sitting there bawling at your computer. It scared the hell out of me at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Because that show is important and wonderful. So yeah, mostly a lot of that. I've also I finally watched season 2 of Umbrella Academy, and they definitely had to go in crazy directions with how they deviated from the comics. Okay. But it's neat to see the expansions of the storylines that they did pick out. I don't know. Neat. I liked it.
I still need to get caught up on Umbrella Academy. I started the first season, got about halfway through, super liked it, but Doom Patrol was dropping at the same time.
And you were super into Doom Patrol.
And Doom Patrol just really does it for me. Plus, Gerard's worked on both.
That's true. He did do a Doom Patrol book.
And actually, in the latest season of Doom Patrol, they started working some more of his ideas. But,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He's pretty hot right now. Or always, because he's the My Chemical Romance guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking 2020.
Did that entire tour get canceled?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not laughing.
That meme that I posted the other day was real. Every day I wake up and realize I could have seen My Chemical Romance live in concert this year. And then just crying.
Oh.
Sorry. This week, it was actually before we recorded the last episode, but I had too much stuff. So, Cece and I finally watched the second season of Star Trek Discovery.
Oh.
And it is so goddamn good. And I will never understand, other than the obvious answer of sexism and racism, why people dislike that show so much.
Didn't the third season also just start?
Third season dropped Thursday or Friday,
Okay.
like the first episode of it, because it's a weekly still.
I've
And
been listening to the radio at work, and I heard an actual, honest to God, like advertisement for it on the radio. It was a weird thing.
I always thought that was weird, like advertising for TV on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems strange to me. But it's real good. This third season, I'm real excited for, because the one critique I've had of this show so far has been that it's been a prequel. And I'm not as a rule, I'm not a huge fan of prequels, especially with something like Star Trek, where I want them going forward. Although the guy who played Spock in season 2 was just tops, so I'm happy I got to see that. But in the third season, they've been launched like 900 years in the future. So they're now like 800 years after like Captain Picard and all of that.
Oh shit! Okay.
And I believe the latest that Star Trek was ever shown was another like 300 years ahead of Picard, where they've become like the Federation is exploring time instead of space. So this is farther ahead than anything Star Trek has ever done by like almost 1,000 years.
So when you're done exploring space and you're done exploring time,
It looks like the Federation has collapsed, so we'll see what's going on. I got hardcore Andromeda vibes, to be honest with you.
okay.
But a whole lot of Star Trek Discovery has, at least in the second season, has been like, let's change the future. So this might be we changed the future and now let's change the past.
Oh shit! Okay.
It sounds weird. It makes sense if you watch it. I really do recommend it. Cannot recommend it high enough.
Now that I'm subscribed to whatever it is that I can use to watch it because I needed to be able to watch Lower Decks, I just might.
Oh yeah, the formerly known as CBS All Access.
Yeah, that thing. Or I might just rewatch all Lower Decks.
Oh, I mean, do that too.
We'll see. God, are we already done with ingesting?
It's news time, I think.
It's news time?
Yep. We talked about trying to go faster, man. We're gonna go faster.
We're gonna go. Okay. All right. I guess I'm ready for this. After the Mulan experiment, we now find out that Disney is releasing the next Pixar movie straight to Disney Plus. Soul will be available at non-premiere pricing on Christmas Day.
So it'll just go straight to Disney Plus?
Straight to the Plus.
Okay. I have no problem with going straight to streaming. The extra $30 was a little galling.
Right.
I get why they were trying it. They were trying to make up for, like movie theater sales, but nah, you're already making mad money.
It was...
Yeah, corporate greed. Blah, blah, blah.
It was icky, but understandable, I think, in at least trying to figure out how the fuck they're going to go forward with things the way they are. Especially because as things go forward, we're finding out, and this could affect things on a big way on how we all ingest media. AMC is being extremely upfront with the fact that they might be out of cash by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye,
No,
only
like
movie theater left in Missoula. Almost only.
Considering we might be witnessing like the death of an entire industry because of like the pandemic is really crazy. And especially since, I want to make movies one day. It's like, oh no, shit, fuck.
Oh no, come back.
But also, I don't know, it feels, especially with how streaming has evolved, it seems like it's a natural progression as well.
And we've talked about it before. The movie theater experience has been having problems for years, and they passed the point where they can make up the money they were losing by making popcorn more expensive.
Right.
So, yep, it probably sucks that all these theaters are going out of business, but that means they're going to be on sale for cheap, and maybe someone else can pick them up and figure out a real way of fucking doing this.
Yeah, some sort of major change is coming. I think when I was reading all these articles, the thing that stood out to me was just sort of how weirdly upfront they're being.
Yeah, they're scared. They have run out of other options, and now, hey, we're going to run out of money.
yeah, they are about to tank, and this is their like Hail Mary of like, fuck guys.
Well, and they keep trying to reopen, and everyone's like, no.
Right. Currently, AMC has reopened 494 of their 598 theaters. They're operating at 20 to 40% capacity, but current audience attendance is just 15% of last year. And all of those ones that are still closed, New York and California.
So where all of their people are.
Yeah, the two biggest like premier venues.
Yeah, I'm torn between like, hey, movie theaters, I sometimes like those, and not feeling a whole lot of sympathy for large corporations that haven't figured out ways to adapt with the times.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yep.
I mean, I'll end up being bummed if they go under, though, because it is the only movie theater in town other than the Roxy, which
really
I love the Roxy, but, like...
Start a Kickstarter to make the Roxy buy the new other theater. Just have two Roxys.
Yeah.
Roxy
oh my gosh,
is the...
that would be amazing for you guys.
Roxy is the local nonprofit movie theater that's in the, like, historic movie theater building in Missoula. They're great.
They're awesome, but I also generally don't go watch the Avengers there.
No, they are a small movie theater, and they sell like, mostly like a weird art house movie, or you loved this movie when you were 10.
Right. Like, I love going and watching, like, The Lighthouse at the Roxy.
Cowboy Bebop, the movie, was a just awesome experience doing that in the theaters. Anyways.
So, yeah, that's all happening. Well, we were just talking about Star Trek a little bit anyway, with you watching Discovery. Kate Mulgrew is going to be coming back to Star Trek.
Yeah, she's going to be in the... I don't remember what it's called. It's
Star Trek Prodigy.
It's the Nickelodeon one. Mm-hmm. It is a new animated Nickelodeon Star Trek about a bunch of kids that find an old derelict Federation ship and basically, like, let's travel the universe in our van, but our van is the Starship Enterprise relic.
It sounds fun. Ish.
It sounds like a kid's show, and that's fine. Like, we have proven that Star Trek can be multiple genres, so why the fuck can't it be a kid's show?
Children's media is always evolving.
Yeah. I am curious, because I couldn't figure this out. Is Mulgrew coming back for, like, an appearance or two, or is Janeway going to be a regular cast member?
I think recurring, if not regular.
Okay. My running theory on this is going to be because she becomes an admiral after Voyager ends. The brief appearance in the last Next Generation movie confirms that. And I bet she's like, why the fuck do these kids have this Federation starship? Maybe we should get that back. And like whether, you know, the kids are trying to not give it back, or who knows, they're trying to get home too, like Janeway did. But have her be the one being like, hey, no, really, that's...
Oh, it could be fun. I don't know. I never watched much with Janeway, so...
With Picard and Seven of Nine being so freaking dark in Star Trek Picard, which is a great show, so more power to it, but it would be nice to see Janeway come back and have, like, something good happening. Because nothing good happens to Seven or Nine and Picard after those series end.
Let's see. Going on, HBO Max is going to be making a Lumberjane series with Noelle Stevenson, one of the creators, who also did She-Ra over on Netflix.
This is one that Yui actually has read some of, because I lent it to them.
Yeah.
Grizz, who was on our... that was our Avatar episode, I think. Grizz, who was on Avatar, is very excited for this because he's a big She-Ra fan. I picked up the rest of the Noelle Stevenson run of Lumberjanes that I didn't have. Just like, well, it's going to remind me to do this. I'm pretty excited. She seems to be moving much more into making cartoons instead of making comic books, which I'm sure she makes like 6 times the money. So good for you, Noelle.
Right.
Lumberjanes could be a really great cartoon. Like, it's just built to work like that.
I've only ever heard the name. What's the concept behind Lumberjanes?
Lumberjanes is 4 girls, maybe 5 girls, yeah, because the camp counselor joins them at a summer camp in a, Girl Scouts-like, Boy Scouts-like kind of thing. And they go on wild magical adventures together.
Oh.
And it's literally magical adventures. They meet Yetis and stuff like that. It's
Seems like Gravity Falls, but if it was a regular summer camp.
And maybe a little less murder mystery.
Okay.
Yeah, not as cryptic site for weirdness, but
it's
still fun.
Really funny. It's really empowering. I love it as an adult. My nephew, who's 8 or 9, loves it. And, if you ever need evidence of yes, little boys will love books with girls in them if the girls are well written and cool. Right there, Evan thinks Lumberjanes is just the shit.
Awesome.
And there's lesbians.
Also awesome.
Noelle Stevenson really likes to put her queer representation in it. And as we've discussed, we need more of that. So,
all right. So this one was the big one right as we headed into the weekend. I kind of wanted to bring it up on Saturday because the news had already dropped, but I figured I'd wait. Mm-hmm. Michael B. Jordan's production company, Outlier Society, is going to be doing Static Shock.
I am glad that they're not being he's going to play Static Shock, because Static is a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid. It falls under, I will pay more attention when we get further along than, hey, I'm going to produce this movie. But I also really like Static, so...
The thing I've been hearing about the way this announcement went down and how they keep making sure to put Michael B. Jordan's name on it is it sounds like something's going to happen, 100% sure. But they're still unsure whether it's going to be a movie or a series.
Yeah, but they did that with Channing Tatum and Gambit too, being see, we've got this big name person willing to direct in it, and that never
But he was only willing to star. This is actually putting Michael B. Jordan's production company on the line with putting his name out in front.
Cool. I mean, I want it to happen,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I just have come to the conclusion, because we announced things so early, that I will pay more attention once they're all right, we're in active pre-production.
But with the DC side of things, I know that you wanted to bring up Future State.
So Future State is a 2-month initiative that DC is doing, and I'll go through it real quick. I just wanted to bring it up because we have talked a couple of times about what it originally was supposed to be. About 2 years ago, DC started planning and working towards something they were calling 5G, or 5th generation, which is where they were going to age all of their characters up to closer to what their actual ages would be and bring in new generations of heroes. They were going to kind of Batman Beyond the DC universe. And then Dan Didio got fired, and this was his baby, so they were well, let's just quietly stop talking about this. But as DC's been in kind of a weird place as all of their plans got shuttered and they had to figure out what they're going to do next. And they had all of this stuff that they had already put a lot of work and money into. So they're all right, let's just do it kind of Age of Apocalypse style, where we'll just, for 2 or 3 months, show this future DC. And they're trying to treat it as we've never done anything like this before. This is the 3rd time they've done this basic, plot thing. This is the largest scale they've ever done it, but still. And it's a lot let's see, Batman in the future, or Superman's son is now
Suits.
And Wonder Woman's immortal, so she's still there, but someone else is working as Wonder Woman, and all that kind of thing. And I really hated the idea of 5G when they first started talking about it. And then I looked at most of these titles they announced. I'm fuck, all of this sounds really good.
I've been kind of skirting around some of the news from it because I wasn't quite sure how it sounded yet. Everything doesn't look bad. I'm just going to wait to see a little bit more before I get more excited about it.
The Superman stuff, I don't really care about. The original Superman's off having a kind of Planet Hulk situation where he's off being a gladiator on a different planet.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think works for Clark at all, but who am I to say? But Bruce Wayne is no longer Batman, and they haven't revealed who the new Batman is, but they have revealed he's black, and the guy who wrote 12 Years a Slave, I believe, is writing the book.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it was originally going to be he was going to take over the main Batman book. And I think there's a good chance a lot of this happened because they had already paid that much money to do this new Batman book and decided against it. And we're like, okay, we have to do something with this. Mm-hmm. But it's, like, where's Nightwing 10 years from now? Who's the new Batman? Bruce Wayne is no longer Batman and is, like, faked his death and is trying to track down who was ever hunting him. And he's calling himself the Dark Detective. But it's clearly a, like, knockoff Batman. He still has the little ears in the thing he's wearing. It's kind of like a paramilitary Batman costume. And I'm like, okay, so this looks really good. But Bruce, you are the worst at hiding your own death. Like, not being dead.
Wow. I think I saw images of that suit, and I thought...
The look is awesome. Do not get me wrong. I'm just like, really, Bruce? I'm not Batman. I'm the Dark Detective. You're wearing a Batman cowl.
See, that was the thing that kept throwing me. I was like...
My detective cowl.
All the headlines kept being like, who is he now that he's not being Batman anymore? And I'm like, but isn't he Batman? You're showing me a picture of Batman. Why...
The new Batman costume looks really good. It does a thing that I've always enjoyed of covering the whole face, not having like the open mouth area. Mm-hmm. Although I wish they hadn't made Batman black and then immediately covered every inch of his skin.
Yeah.
That happens a lot in representation.
I am even willing to bet it wasn't on purpose because the suit looks real goddamn good. But...
yeah... Think about that.
Yeah, this is just it's a bad plan.
Well, with it's in the future, and it's like a full coverage suit. So I'm going to imagine that it has to like nanobot on and off of him. So he might be out of the suit more often anyway.
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. I don't know. It's still kind of gross.
It's kind of a mix between the Batman Beyond look and the like modern Batman look, except with yellow instead of red. So, like, big yellow symbol. He still has a cape, but other than that, it's kind of Batman Beyond-ish looking. It's a good-looking suit. It's just... that was unfortunate. That's all. But because we had talked about Dan Didio and 5G, I kind of wanted to just bring this one up. And because I'm excited for it, and I have not been excited for any DC books in a hot minute. Old DC books, yeah, I'm all about them, but I wasn't reading any current ones.
Nice. On the subject of comics, and the last little bit of news I have today, and it's just a little thing, but we were kind of wondering if things would start to head in this direction once Archie went day and date. Marvel announced that Marvel Unlimited is going to cut from 6 months out to 3 months out.
Oh, so exactly what we predicted was going to happen.
Yeah.
We have our fingers on the pulse of the industry. That makes... I mean, it's the exact same thing we were talking about with the cinema. Like, I don't really... It just... This is going to happen. It's going to go almost entirely digital. I bet the trade monthlies are going to be dead within... I don't want to give a timeline because every time someone has said that, they've been wrong. But decade, 5 years, you're saying?
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying 5.
And the physical copies, the trades are going to keep selling. If nothing else, I buy enough of them to probably keep DC Comics afloat. But...
That's the last little thing. Came out just today. Actually, just a couple hours ago. I was like, oh. At first, I was like, if they're going day and date, then I'm signing up for it right now.
Just right fucking now.
That wasn't the case.
I really do need to give up the goat and get a tablet or something and get Marvel Unlimited and DC, whatever the hell it's called, and DC Universe Infinite or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Bad name. Mm-hmm. Also, it shortens to DUI.
I hadn't thought about that yet.
No.
Oh, that makes me real happy.
You don't want your abbreviation to be DUI.
Oh, they're dumb.
But if I got those, my comic book collection, like, my house would stop being a full-on library, which has its ups and downsides.
True.
I have to move those in the next month or so I'm definitely on the downsides of it equation right now.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I've done it before.
I know. I was super happy with the fact that all of my comics were mostly digital these days until when we went to do our Black Panther episode and I couldn't get an issue to download correctly.
No.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have to worry about books downloading. Damn it. That's all I got for news today.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we will dive into... I was trying to look for a Western-ish sounding way to do this, but we'll talk more Mandalorian.
Y'all.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I had nothing there.
Hey, everybody, we're back to talk about Mando.
You're going to keep that in.
Of course I'm going to keep that in. Oh, this is fun. This is, I think, a true follow-up episode.
Yeah, I've been calling it Podful of Mando 2 for the entire time. I think you had a different name in mind because you actually pay attention to Westerns, but...
The good, the pod, and the Mando.
That works. I'm just trying to think of stuff. So when this episode drops, the first episode of the second season will be out.
No,
it'll be coming out that week. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it is the main thing we've been talking about at the house.
Especially after rewatching all the episodes for this, it's been so nice, and I'm so excited for season 2.
Agreed. I said this weekend has been crappy because all I did was edit. That's not true. I watched episodes to get ready for this, and it actually made the weekend pretty good.
Right.
But
there's only so bad things can be when you're watching Taika Waititi do Star Wars.
Right. Also, unlike last time, we're not right in the middle of the season. We've actually had time to process it. So, it's not just going to be ee, Baby Yoda. Except, ee, Baby Yoda.
Look, this is the 4th or 5th time, I think, that Cece and I have watched the entire thing. And pretty much the whole time watching was just her going, ee, Baby Yoda. She calmed down enough she got to go on about her crush on the Mando and on Cara Dune as well, but still, mostly it was Baby Yoda.
Oh, Cara Dune.
I do not blame her on either one of those options.
So should we just start at the beginning, because we did leave off at a particular spot?
Yeah, I was gonna say last time we just kind of bounced around and mostly talked about the most recent episode, but let's just go episode by episode based on this one.
All right, I got some of this in front of me then. Episode 5, The Gunslinger.
That's Tatooine episode.
Right.
Yeah, where Amy Sedaris is the space mechanic.
She's so good.
And
yeah, the official description is, the Mandalorian helps a rookie bounty hunter who is in over his head.
That's very accurate to that.
And the underutilization of Michelle Yeoh.
I actually was looking into this. I was wrong. That is not Michelle Yeoh. That is Ming-Na Wen.
It absolutely is. That is right. Dr. Chen all over the place.
Which I was wrong, because I had thought that was Michelle Yeoh as well. And I'm like, she gets to play both Philippa Georgiou in Discovery and dies really quickly, but is threatening and cool. But no, she gets to play the one good part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You're right.
And
underutilization of that cameo, though.
Agreed. Now, I guess that's skipping right to the end of the episode, but do you guys think Fennec's actually dead?
You're saying who is it that walks up to the corpse at the very end that we don't reveal?
Well, do we think she was too far gone when the person walked up to her?
Don't know. I just assumed that someone walked up and found her corpse, but I didn't even consider the option that she was still alive. But I like Michelle Yeoh, so yeah, sure, that's fine. Whatever.
Ming-Na Wen.
Ming-Na Wen. God damn it. I
love Ming-Na Wen because I am a giant ER fan. So
you have so much range to your fandom.
So Dr. Chen showing up, I'm just like, yay!
As an evil sniper, man, life went hard for you.
Right?
Yeah, sometimes medical school doesn't pay off.
Okay, so 1, it would be great. 2, we never get revealed, since we're just talking about the end part, and then we'll, I guess, dive backwards a little bit. It's never revealed who that is that walks up to her, but, they specifically never show anything above the, waist or, knees, which I feel like is on purpose.
Would it have been, what's his face, Moff
Gideon?
Yeah, sorry, I did, spoil the end of it.
I don't know if it would have been Moff Gideon, if only because I don't think Moff Gideon's the type of man that would ever wear spurs.
Yeah,
true.
if he was wearing black, that would have been my guess. It almost looked kind of Boba Fett-y, which people would be real happy if you brought Boba Fett into The Mandalorian.
My guess would be Cobb Vanth, who is the guy who's currently wearing Boba Fett's armor.
Where is that from?
He was brought up in Chuck Wendig's Star Wars Aftermath novel.
Oh, those are supposed to be really good. I've not read them yet.
And is supposedly being played by Timothy Olyphant next season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's not Boba, it's someone in Boba's armor, possibly? Yeah. I would almost rather just have Boba back, but, you know.
Ooh, because then we could have, like, him calling out somebody who's wearing Mandalorian armor but hasn't, like, earned it.
Well,
and, like, that sort of battle could ensue.
And I'll be really curious of where that goes, because his Boba Fett's status as a Mandalorian is really unclear right now. Because he was in the original stuff. He becomes Mandalore in the, like,
original
Legends.
EU, yeah.
But with only the recent stuff being canon, the only reference we have one way or the other is the Countess, what is her, Satine from Clone Wars, goes, when they mention Jango Fett, he goes, he is not a Mandalorian. But she's also one of the, like,
the new Mandalorians.
Yeah, the new peaceful Mandalorians. So if he was, sticking to the old ways and being a criminal, she might have just meant, no, we don't, like, basically we've excommunicated him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I don't care either way. I kind of prefer him as a Mandalorian, but it's fine if he's not. I just want to know.
Yeah. Two other real tiny cameos in this episode to point out. The spaceport operator that you only hear when he's landing is extremely famous voice actor Steve Bloom.
Oh, yep. Who played every stormtrooper in Star Wars Rebels.
And the droid bartender was Mark Hamill.
That one I knew. Who also is an extremely famous voice actor, even if we're thinking about him as something else.
He's in Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He's in Metalocalypse. He's in basically everything.
Jay Silent Bob Strike Back.
Fucking Hamill.
Yeah, he's
Cockknocker.
And more importantly, he's the Joker. He's the one version of the Joker that I still like.
True.
Now, if I have to be honest about this episode, like, by default, there has to be a worst episode of the season, and I think it's
probably this one. It's either this one or the one before. And meeting Cara Dune was cool enough that it's hard to call it that one. I mean,
my notes for this episode are like that it feels like filler, and it's not the type of filler this show deserves.
And I still enjoyed it. Like, it was fun to watch. I enjoyed that the Mando actually treated the Sand People as,
with respect.
Yeah, like sentient beings as opposed to just fucking, like, wild marauding murderers.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, literally the only thought I really had about this one was the kid who plays the super douchey the super douchey wannabe bounty hunter.
Oh, yeah. Let me find out who that is real quick.
He is rumored to be possibly getting cast as Kirk in a new Star Trek show.
Jake Cannavale. Cannavale? Anyway.
And I keep having to remind myself when I read about that he's probably not this douchey in real life, and that, like, he could be a pretty good Kirk. Like, his acting, he's not necessarily that shitty already. Because he is, so hateable in this fucking show. He is, like, the definition of mediocre entitled white boy.
Yeah, he was pretty annoying. He made this episode a lot less likable. And
it made sense for the story to have, like, a real piece of shit character, but he just made me so mad every time he talked.
I did laugh a little bit when Mando was just like, oh, no, we can't do that. She's got the high ground.
Yeah. Trained by Obi-Wan.
And then I was less happy with the fight at the end because the editing on that was choppy as shit. Couldn't tell what the fuck was going on in that fight.
I don't even remember it, and I watched it yesterday, so let's let that.
Yeah. I I don't like sometimes.
Sometimes you got to be
Marvel.
actually clear with your editing to actually, get your point across.
Mm-hmm. So episode 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
This is the filler episode we deserve.
Yeah, goes in episode 6, The Prisoner.
Prisoner, have you watched the How It Should Have Ended for The Mandalorian?
I haven't.
They do an episode by episode how it should have ended, and it gets to this one, and the character played by, who is that, Bill Burr?
Bill Burr?
Bill Burr just points the gun at the how it should have ended guys and goes, "Don't you fuck with this perfect episode." And then it goes to the next episode.
Yeah, the official description is the Mandalorian joins a crew of mercenaries on a dangerous mission.
One, I'm a sucker for a heist. So just automatically, I was already going to like this episode. And then...
Especially the whole, classic motif of the changed one coming back to the group and then just the one last mission.
Mm-hmm.
That type of feel.
Mm-hmm. And, desperation bringing him to it and then being all these things you used to do. And he's like, yeah, that was a long time ago. Plus, the cast in this one is just brilliant. Bringing fucking the Kurgan in.
Clancy Brown
thank
is
you.
Berg. We already mentioned Bill Burr is Mayfeld. There's... I should have...
Natalia Dyer? I think Natalia Dyer was the Twi'lek sister.
Yeah.
She was
Natalia
Yasha
Tana.
in Hannah, sorry.
She was Tonks in Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just making sure I had that one right. And someone in Game of Thrones whose name I never learned because I never watched much of that. She was creepy as all get out as that Twi'lek.
She does it well.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to see Mark Boone Jr., who was the guy back at the space station.
Oh,
Ransom
Gordon's partner from Batman Begins.
Right. I think of him as Bobby Elvis from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
He plays the kind of sleazy dude really, really well.
Mando gets to be so badass this episode.
And I think that's one of the things I liked about it, of just really showing why everyone is so, intimidated by Mando.
Because, up to that point, you've only really ever heard of his exploits. And, especially this episode with all of the callbacks of, oh, you used to do this. Well, I don't do that anymore. But then, it's just nice. I love how these last few episodes follow really nice, movie progression of, character building. And it's really nice to see that portrayed on screen very, very well.
Well, and anytime we'd had, big Mando fight scenes before this, he gets rescued by someone else. This is the first time that he's not just doing the rescuing, but when they turn on him and it's just him, stalking the ship.
Oh my God. The whole, the slasher sequence with Bill Burr. Holy fuck. What the hell? That was so cool.
So often, so often when they do that kind of slasher, someone's being hunted, you're not rooting for the hunter, but it goes in this one and you're just oh, you guys get what you fucking deserve. You absolute assholes.
And I love that there's the bait and switch of you assume that based on all the brutality and stuff and how they've been goading him, it's yeah, he definitely killed them. So, well, nope.
Well, and we had just seen him just wreck those battle droids right before that, but...
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think not killing Berg might have been a little bit of luck too.
I
think Berg got off lucky getting smushed between those doors.
Yeah, he tried. Let's be honest there. He tried to garrote him, first of all.
Yeah.
This makes Clancy Brown's second character in Star Wars that I know of, because he also voices a character in Star Wars Rebels. Mm-hmm. Not a huge character, but it's still, I think he's one of the first people to have 2 roles in 2 different Star Wars properties.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I just realized who did the voice for the droid.
It's the IT guy, isn't it? Yeah.
Richard Ayoade.
That's the one.
From the IT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I realized that about halfway through the first time watching it. Because especially with how deadpan his humor was, I loved it. And it feels like everybody who wanted to ever be in Star Wars was just going to be in The Mandalorian.
Well, and it's Jon Favreau, so he's made friends with like fucking everyone in Hollywood because he's, from what I can tell, a chill, nice guy who isn't huge but is extremely active in Hollywood. Or like he's gotten pretty big now, but like only recently has he become much more of a household name.
This episode did have me wondering, what are your guys' thoughts on Mando's ship, the Razor Crest?
I want to see more of it. The shape reminds me so much of the Serenity from Firefly that it kind of pulls me out of it a little bit, but it is.
I mean,
Go ahead.
we've really only ever seen the cockpit and that one downstairs bay area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it must be a little bigger because he keeps a couple of blurgs in there later on.
I
thought that was just in the same bay area.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was just a very uncomfortable trip for a little while.
I could see that.
Like, they just moved all the boxes and stuff out of there.
Yeah, because, I don't know. I was having the same sort of thing. It reminded me a bit of Serenity, kind of kept pulling me out. I kept thinking to myself, I want him to have a ship that looks more like the Slave One, even though I realize he's not Boba Fett, but...
Even if it's not the Slave One, which...
Give him the Archangel.
Yes, I actually had that exact same thought, but I wanted to at least feel a little tougher than it is. Like, it's a good ship, it can go under the radar, all the really useful stuff that they do in this. But for some reason, Mando piloting a ship that isn't armed to the teeth feels wrong to me.
That hasn't even been shown to be armed as much as, like, the Falcon.
Yeah, it just seems to have the blasters.
He's clearly demonstrated that he doesn't particularly need it.
That's true. Maybe it's just because I grew up reading the, like, I had the Essential Guide to Vehicles and Vessels, which was just a book full of, like, starship stats that I keep expecting every ship in Star Wars to just be loaded to the gills with, like, weapons.
I also just kind of want to see the Archangel.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool ships. And I guess more than anything else, like, it's a Star Wars ship. It's automatically cool. But it doesn't grab me nearly as much as, like, the Falcon does, or Slave One even. It looks way easier to fly than Slave One.
So, Mando gets to be a fucking badass throughout most of this episode, but one of the things that I kind of like about the series is even Mando being a badass, he takes a couple really good shots. Like, he kind of gets his ass kicked a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah. They're very willing to throw Mando against walls. Which is...
He doesn't already have a concussion all the time.
Poor Lateef Crowder.
Yeah. Which is kind of fun because a lot of what Mando's been showing has been, when we're talking the underbelly, we're also talking, not the space sorcerers, not the, like, big damn heroes that we were seeing in Luke Skywalker. So even someone good getting the shit kicked out of them, like, makes sense. Although he's still a Mandalorian, so he's still, scary capable.
Oh, dude, yeah, he just bodies that first group of droids. Like, that's insane. But at the same time, in that fight, they give him a couple pretty good fucking whacks.
Yeah, it's real lucky that that Beskar blocks, like, fucking everything.
Oh, dude.
Also, I love how quickly he just, like, busts out of that prison cell. He's just like, God, this is really inconvenient.
Yeah.
And then just, like, breaks out. Meanwhile, there are 4 people stuck in that cell by the end of that episode, and they are like, God, this sucks.
We're all stuck here. When the Twi'lek lady is throwing her knives at him, and he's, like, blocking them with the Beskar, I did have Wonder Woman flashbacks.
I was just kind of thinking, like, it seemed like a pretty standard progression, I guess, from, like, everything. I don't know. So there's some sort of trope where it must go, like, you're fighting the big strong guy, knife person, gun person.
Yeah, that makes sense. The big strong guy tends to be the best fight of the 3 of them, but either way.
Rule of 3 and, like, increasing odds.
At this point, I feel like they have had a bounty hunter pulling a gun on the child too many times for me to, like, really feel it. Like that, you know, like someone's got a gun on the child and then the sound of a blaster and it turns out not to be them. That's like the third time this has happened in the series in the first season.
That's true.
So
I kind of liked the fake out with like Baby Yoda's trying to like use the Force. And he's like, oh, maybe you did it.
That but did no, definitely help.
It was cute.
I just know, like, you know, when in the episode recorded last time where they pulled that and it was the sniper and it really makes it sound like someone shot Baby Yoda. I know you and Cece were both like freaking out, and I don't remember that this time when it looked like someone might have shot Baby Yoda.
I mean, even when I watched that episode, I wasn't super concerned. Like, yeah, it was like, oh no, but it wasn't as strong of a reaction because they didn't, I don't know, intentionally cue you for that. With like how they set that scene up, I don't know. You expected some sort of recourse because he was going to have to come back to the ship eventually.
Yeah.
And with how they were trying to collapse space and time, the kind of like drop is when you realize that when you're with Zero, his storyline is happening just a little bit after, because we didn't see as much of it with him as we had to like on the ship. So there was time for the Mandalorian to get back from the ship from when he finished doing all that shit to then be there in time to save him.
This is, I think, the first time we've really seen much of the New Republic at all. Because we, like, the original trilogy is before the New Republic really takes off. And then in the first movie of the new trilogy, they blow up the New Republic, basically.
Right.
So it was kind of interesting to see, you know, what this government was in between. And they mostly are the rebellion, like, but
with a new name.
Yeah, I want to see more of them because I'm curious about, like, how that works in this time of history. The grander galactic stuff that I'm probably not going to get in The Mandalorian, but...
On the fun bit with those 3 X-Wing pilots at the end, Dave Filoni, Deborah Chow, and Rick Famuyiwa.
Deborah Chow directed the next episode, I want to say.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni's basic running, I think. I don't know who the last person is.
Rick Famuyiwa also, he directed this episode, The Prisoner.
Okay, cool.
Wrote, I can't remember if he wrote any episodes this first season. I'm positive he did, but I'm not sure which one. But next season of the 8 episodes, 6 of them are written by Favreau. 1 of them's written by Rick. And I think the other one's written by Dave.
Oh, okay. That's, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it when they let behind the scenes people go ahead, like in front of the camera every once in a while.
Well, and especially, like, finally putting Filoni canonically somewhere in Star Wars.
He has clearly wanted to just live in the Star Wars universe always. Like, that's just how Filoni rolls.
Yeah, and did you already say that Chow is going to be doing the Obi-Wan series?
You mentioned that last episode that we did.
Yeah, Deborah Chow is going to be doing the Obi-Wan series.
That's cool.
I'm glad that they all got a little bit of screen time. That's really cool. And
the random people that have been X-Wing pilots in this
I want to be a random X-Wing pilot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm laughing, but I would kill to have that.
Let's just, call up Favs.
Just be like, hey, what up? It's us. I think that brings us to episode 7.
Episode 7, The Reckoning. An old rival extends an invitation for the Mandalorian to make peace.
And it's the return of Carl Weathers.
And the return of Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I hated listening to his voice.
I cannot watch these episodes without just being like, Yui's randomly mad right now and doesn't even necessarily know why.
I mean, that would explain a lot.
No, I don't think it's me. So we were talking about the other 2, kind of the middle 3 being filler. I do think it was a little jarring that they did like 3 heavily connected episodes, 3 complete filler, and then just drop right back into the story. And maybe it's just because I'm used to shows at this point that do like every episode fills like the main plot line. But these episodes were so fucking cool.
Right.
Like overall, like having rewatched all 5 of these episodes, like kind of back to back, it was kind of nice to have that pacing, and especially with like kind of how they time the rest of the climactic impacts throughout the season, to have that middle few bits being just kind of like lower stakes, not quite as much, but we're still getting the backstory build for like the character of the Mandalorian, but not quite as big as the backstory drop that's coming in like the next few episodes.
I actually am a supporter of standalone episodes, and maybe it's just that I'm not used to them anymore because no one, like, especially, you know, comics, which is, I loved one-off issues, are pretty much a thing of the past. Yeah, he decides, or he gets an offer that obviously no one believes from Carl Weathers' character, whose name I do not know because every time I see him I just go, hey, look, it's Carl Weathers.
Grief Karga.
Grief Karga, who's like, hey, help me kill Werner Herzog and everything will be cool. And you're like, come on, man. This is a really bad lie. Like, I get why Mando's going for it, but this is a terrible plan.
One of my first notes on this episode is just that everything flows back together from the beginning of the season so beautifully. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, this is why you met Kara. And, like, she's the perfect one to bring in on this. Oh, like, Queel, of course, is perfect to bring in on this. Like,
and fucking
oh,
IG-11!
Look, IG-11's back! Tyga's back!
Like, okay, so if we're going to talk about standalone bits, like that montage of IG-11's recovery, if you were to remove that from the rest of the episode, remove the voiceover, that would be a perfect, not only example of, like, montage and, like, how to do it correctly and efficiently, but also, I don't know, just in an encapsulated story in and of itself. And it's so fucking good. And,
It's also really funny to watch an assassin droid, like, fail to pick up a cup.
Yeah. Well, and it's also funny watching an assassin droid successfully pour.
Yeah.
Both sides of it are weird.
But you're absolutely correct, Yui. It is, like, a perfect little standalone story within a story.
It's a really pretty story.
And I'm a sucker for, like, this job's too big for me alone. It's time to go find my buddies. Like, that kind of story is something I've always gone for. My one question is, though, so Kara is doing the, like, she's chained to someone else and they're wrestling, except it's like an electro chain. But the dude at one point just grabs the energy, like, thing keeping them together and starts pulling her closer. How does that work? He's just like, well, I'll grab the laser. It'll be fine. I know. This is the first time we've ever seen anyone, like, grab an energy thing. And it always feels like, well, that should be tasering the shit out of you. Like,
maybe they do it enough he's immune. Because wasn't at one point somebody, like, choking the other with that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just kind of like an electric buzz or, like, something low level.
It's just for show.
Yeah, I know. And it looks really cool. I just, for some reason, you know, every once in a while, the, like, one
plasma ball.
The one stickler for, like, how would that work that, like, sticks with whatever thing.
It was. This is just your version of me on the Transformers episode wondering about them getting around on the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're space wizards. This should not be, like, the thing that breaks continuity for me. But I'm like, how?
Baby Yoda getting jealous of the attention that Cara Dune's getting from Mando?
See, that's not how I read it. I didn't read it as jealousy. I read it as Baby Yoda thought she was a threat. And
I thought that early on, but it kind of keeps up throughout the episode.
Baby Yoda does glare at her a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Baby Yoda is giving some pretty intense Baby Yoda fucking side-eye.
Either way, this has kind of proved my point of maybe the Mando is not the best person to be a dad for someone that could fall to the dark side if they're not raised, like, properly. Because
it'll be
Mando's pretty
something
like
you'll have to struggle with.
Mando's pretty open to murder if it's the best option.
I mean, did you see how happy he was? Oh shit! Sorry, that's the next episode.
No, that's fine. Whatever.
We can jump around.
It's a
two-parter,
so.
How happy he was when he was like writing with IG-11.
That's true.
Yeah. We have. Oh, I was gonna say when they come out of the ship and all three of them are riding the blurgs, which I just sort of love blurgs, like two-legged dewbacks with a doofy name. Sign me up. But they ride out of the ship already on the blurgs. That was like a power move. That was like intro.
We're intimidating them.
What up? We fucking rock. This is Quill, by the way.
This is Quill, by the way. Since I hadn't seen it yet, when I watched the episode for the first time, rewatching it, and when Queel says, I think it's Queel, when he goes, none will be free until the old ways are gone forever. All I heard was, we'll never be free unless we end slavery.
From Hamilton. Yeah. That line struck a lot closer to home in 2020 than it did, I mean, even just last year when it came out. Of the extremely revolutionary nature of that line. I love Quill so much. I'm so mad that they killed him. Like, it made perfect sense storyline wise, but oh my god.
I know. It would have been so nice to like still have him as a character.
I love Queel. I'm really bummed that he died, but I do love how they sort of chose to show that at the end. Where it's just like, where you even see Baby Yoda before you see what actually happened to Queel. And it just keeps panning up and you're like, oh shit, that's not good. What happened? And then, oh, yep.
I was a little scared the first time that I watched this, that it would turn out that he was a traitor or something, that like he was still working for the Empire. And I'm so glad I was wrong on that front, because I would not have forgiven that.
Even knowing it was coming, the fucking Minox coming out of the darkness got me.
Yeah, and learning that their soup's poisonous.
Right? And then holy fucking force heal.
The best part of that is Carl Weathers screaming, "He's trying to eat me!" That character is such a weird mix of like kind of intimidating and a complete fucking doof at the same time that I am a fan. Like, I feel like he's who I would be if I somehow like made it in the Bounty Hunters Guild.
The way he's playing him reminds me almost like a live action anime character.
A little bit, yeah. I can see it.
Not like a main character. He's not that over the top. But somebody the main character runs into like that.
The main character's buddy. Yeah, kind of. I guess that kind of brings us naturally to the final episode, unless any of you have anything on
else to say about The Reckoning. The Reckoning was the episode that won them the Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Cinematography on a single camera.
I mean, of course it did.
This episode is the best episode of the series as far as I'm concerned. Just the way it was shot, the moment, like the pacing on it and everything, it did feel head and shoulders above the others to me.
Well, oof.
I mean,
and right
Taika.
at the end,
it's fucking Taika.
And then right at the end, you get the Moff Gideon popping out.
Which we actually saw Moff Gideon just before this.
Right.
Sorry, I interrupted you there, Yui.
Oh, I was just gonna gush about like the cinematography, like the callbacks to like when he was carried away by the Mandalorians and he carries Baby Yoda away, and it was very good visual resonance.
Does the jetpack look a little weird to anyone else? Like the way that he stands while he's flying? It just looks off to me for some reason.
It's probably just a product of like how they had to do that like in person, like with the lifting rig or something.
And jetpacks just, like, if you think about them at all, don't work very well.
No.
Like, they're a terrible design, but they're still super cool.
That's why you have to train with the Rising Phoenix.
Yeah. Or just be the Rocketeer, one of the two.
Yeah.
But before we talk about the opening scene of this episode, which is the two scout troopers, Do we have any thoughts on Moff Gideon and like the appearance of him and the death of Werner Herzog? I know that was last episode, but just...
I wish I would have written down what fucking Werner Herzog was saying right before he bit it, because those were some of my favorite fucking lines in the whole thing, because his delivery just changes and it's completely comedic. And then he gets fucking just lit up.
You mean the part where he's like, yes, the baby is sleeping.
Yeah, we will all keep quiet.
Weird fucking warlord shitbird. And then Gideon shows up and is... immediately a completely different kind of intimidating, even before we know who he is. We're just like, who's that scary man in black armor and a cape? Look, Imperials and capes is never a good thing for anybody.
True.
No.
True.
The Scout Troopers reminded me of, do you remember Troopers? It was an old YouTube video that came out. No, it predates YouTube. It was an old internet video of like a cops parody that was Stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me of Troopers a little bit.
Including the taking shots at unintentional pun there. At how terrible the Scout Troopers are at hitting anything.
How two of them couldn't hit the singular thing.
Or they're like, hey, can we go in yet? Like, nope, he just killed someone for interrupting him. I'd wait if I were you. Okay. God. I have issues with my job sometime, but I never have to worry about shit like that, at least.
Yeah.
That wasn't the first time that they took aim at fucking Stormtrooper aim. Because Bill Burr also made that crack way earlier. That
like, made a crack at, he's a sharpshooter. That doesn't mean much. I wasn't a stormtrooper.
Yeah. First off, fuck Jason Sudeikis for punching Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Shut up. I said, shut up. And they're like, Jesus. It also made me think of Red versus Blue.
Oh, yeah. It was very Red versus Blue.
Of just like two idiots in kind of cool armor sitting in the middle of nowhere talking about nothing.
Oh, it's so akin to the beginning of the first episode when...
Hey, do you ever think about why we're here?
Well, like there's a god?
Yeah. Oh God, I haven't watched Red versus Blue in years. And then we skip over to the actual action scene.
First, I want to point out, holy fucking shit, Taika directing an episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taika directing, Taika being the like major emotional beats. Taika is luckily really used to being in front of and behind the camera at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's made his entire career off of it.
Yeah. And I mean, this is voiceover work, so this had to be super easy for him in comparison.
Yeah.
Okay, now the action.
Okay. Cara Dune's off being real cool with her minigun, and I keep being like, they're all just standing there. Just open fucking fire. He's right up in the middle. Like, I mean, it'd probably still go really badly if they just killed the commander, but the confident villain giving the speech in front of his troops always bothers me, because I'm like, man, I could end this plot real fast. I do love that they didn't have enough Stormtrooper armor. So they put out a call to the 501st and we're like, hey, costuming club, any of you want to come be Stormtroopers in The Mandalorian? And they got like 40 people. We're like, let's do this.
That's amazing. This is the episode where we officially find out Mando's name.
Din
Djarin.
Din Djarin, thank you.
Which when I found out his name had a DJ in it, I was like, of fucking course it does, after how much you guys have already been biting off Django all season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Of fucking course his name has a DJ in it.
Well, I mean, both of these are already... both
already a Western homage.
Yeah, so they're drawing from the same fucking sources.
Well, and then he gets on the E-Web, which is really akin to... There's a huge scene in Django where he's on a fucking...
Oh, that's true, yeah. The E-Web was a lot like the ATST of it showed why they're intimidating for the first time. Like, you'll hear about it like, oh, look, those stormtroopers are setting up a Gatling gun. That's probably really dangerous, but it's never very effective because in Empire, they're like trying to shoot the, Falcon, like whatever. But it is one of those things of when you're putting it on the ground level, some of the Imperial gear that you have are like, oh, shit, that'll wreck a day.
I don't know why I hadn't thought of it prior, even to the rewatch I did earlier today. But when Moff Gideon said, was addressing them all by their names, and he's like, Cara Cynthia Dune, and I was like, oh yeah, Dune. Dune did inspire Star Wars.
It's true.
Those motherfuckers, they went that lazy with the name, didn't they?
It's an homage. It's not lazy.
I know. It's
No,
it's
it's
awesome.
absolutely.
I love it, but I don't know why it took me so long to even think of that. I was like, oh yeah, Dune. Oh yeah.
Something else called Dune.
That I'm also a huge fucking fan of. The switch over to Grief, you said his name was?
Grief Karga. Yeah.
Being like the untrustworthy person to like, I'm your buddy now, is really really abrupt. I realize they only have 8 episodes here, but
it's pretty sudden, but after Baby Yoda's magic hands, I'm like, oh, he just came to Jesus.
fair enough.
The magic hand thing, baby.
All right, Mando gets blown up. IG-11 showing up, as you already mentioned this, but IG-11 showing up with the baby being IG-11 is one of my favorite, like, just single scenes from this entire series.
I want to see
I'm sorry,
IG
you had to
units.
see that. That was violent.
I want to just see IG units doing drive-bys all the time. That was dope.
It does mean later on when they're like, there's no way we could beat this many stormtroopers alone. I'm like, everyone duck and just let IG do it himself. It'll be fine. Like, he blows himself up, and he does not need to based off everything else we've seen. Like, give him a couple guns. Even if his legs start to melt off, just fucking pull him back on, and, like, you'll be fine.
I was sold on everything else about that scene, and it definitely still hits me in the feels.
Oh, it's a great scene, but
But when you look at what they're actually facing out there, I'm like, didn't you guys just take care of...
like, 4 times that number.
All right.
I'm also upset about them giving us Fairy Droid and then immediately taking away Fairy Droid.
Yeah, as a fan of droids, I always think of that when Swole 2D2 pops up there.
I fucking love Fairy Droid.
He's so good. An R2 unit with, like, arms and legs, which is... it looks just bizarre.
It's
And
weirdly
he has the
creepy.
little other arms, too.
My immediate thought, though, when I saw it was, well, I know what character I'm playing next time I do a Star Wars RPG. Like,
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Holy fucking armor.
yeah. I can't believe I almost skipped over that part. I mean, we're just leaping through the episode, but I would just watch a show about her.
Oh, absolutely.
Just...
Yeah. Give us more of the armor.
Other than the fact that her helmet is huge.
It is really big, but it's because there's all the extra stuff on it. She's
Yeah.
also not very tall herself, which I think makes it look bigger.
Right. Yeah. Emily Swallow as the armor. I had no idea who played it, and I had to look it up. I was like, who's the armor?
She takes it home. I really thought they were going to kill her when all of those stormtroopers popped up, and it's so much better than I could have hoped for that we just watch her wreck everybody.
Oh,
Oh, it was so badass. Oh, it was so bad.
She fucking tosses the guy into the thing that melts Beskar, and I'm like, man,
oh my gosh.
that messes me up more than like any other death that I've seen on this, and it's not even like that graphic a death.
Fucking, we already mentioned a jetpack,
Yep,
but
jetpack.
Mando getting the jetpack is...
It's what everyone's been waiting for from the moment we saw he didn't have a jetpack. In Star Wars Rebels, Sabine, the Mando from that one, doesn't have a jetpack for most of it. And the same thing. The moment she's given the jetpack, you're like, yes!
Significant character development.
I've been waiting so long.
Then you get to the end.
Just the happy ending there? Or as close as the happy ending as it gets?
Well, I'm going to say more like Dark Saber.
Oh, that...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you haven't even watched Rebels yet.
No.
You didn't even have the same...
Oh,
like,
no.
I've
You don't
looked-
even... No!
I've looked up a little bit on the Dark Saber in the past because I can't help but wiki walk on
Yeah,
some
no,
of these
it ha-
things,
especially with Star
especially
Wars.
things as cool as lightsabers.
and it comes up in Clone Wars. But it's... my favorite episode of Rebels is all about someone learning to use the Darksaber. And I didn't know if it was going to translate to live action. Like, I had thought about, I mean, not knowing it was coming out, but like, having looked at it and been like, oh, that looks cool for a cartoon. I don't know. It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's still almost on the edge of goofy for me, but I dig it.
That's okay.
I dig it.
I don't know. It just makes him way scarier.
Yeah, because you're like, you shouldn't have that. How did you
get
that? Well, and we know where it last ended up. The last time we see the Darksaber, it's with
Sabine.
No, Sabine gives it to someone. Sabine gives it to the character Katie Sackhoff plays in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Bo-Katan Cries.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan Cries, who Katie Sackhoff is coming back as in season 2.
I was about to say, since you all know more about those characters and about the Darksaber and stuff, we know that he has the Darksaber. We know that Katie Sackhoff showing up as Bo-Katan Cries.
Which will make her the first person to play the same character. No, the second person to play the same character in live-action animated. James Earl Jones was the first.
And we also know that we're getting Ahsoka Tano showing up.
But not by the same actress, which bumps me out. But Rosario Dawson's going to kill it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I love
Do you guys
have, so I'm excited for that.
Any theories, any ideas of where things could be going?
I think Bo's going to be dead.
Yeah, like my first thought was like he fucking killed somebody to get that, and I kind of forgot that it had been given away. So my first thought was like, oh no, we're gonna see them all dead, and I've been really sad.
We're going to see so much more Mandalore automatically in this one, like Mandalorians, just based off what we know. Because I mean, even just bringing back Bo-Katan, which I'm really excited about. Bo-Katan is not my favorite character in Star Wars, but she always advances really cool storylines because she's so tied with Mandalore. Like, so anytime she pops up a lot in the final season of Clone Wars, which is a thing of fucking beauty if you haven't seen it. The one that just came out like a year or two ago.
I mean, I'm excited to see Katie Sackhoff because of Battlestar. So,
and Katie Sackhoff is just cool. She plays cool well.
Mm-hmm.
The Darksaber's kind of like the Mask of Mandalore from the EA, the expanded or EU stuff, which used to be just the symbol of I am the leader of Mandalore, was a mask, like a specific helm, and it turned into a specific sword. And I can't decide which one I like better.
Right.
I kind of want someone to just show up wearing both and watch my little nerd heart explode.
To go in with the more Mandalorian stuff, Cobb Vanth supposedly showing up wearing the Boba Fett armor.
Mm-hmm.
We should also be getting, Tamura Morrison? Showing
the guy
up
who played
as
Jango.
Boba. Or no, Jango. Yeah.
He played Jango in
Clone
Wars, in Attack of the Clones, but he should be coming back as Boba in this one.
Right.
Because fucking clone of himself. So we might see Boba decide to take his armor back, and I've seen that happen in comic books before. It's always really cool.
And just curious how Din Djarin's going to get mixed up in all that.
Here's my theory. We'll see if it's correct. I have no basis of this other than it would be cool. Vanth, you said his name is the guy who has Boba Fett's armor?
Yeah, Cobb Vanth.
Boba Fett starts chasing down Cobb Vanth. Vanth goes and finds Mando, being like, you have to protect me. Because I also have Mando armor, and watch how badly that fucking goes. When he's like, you have what now?
Yeah. I still like the idea of, I didn't even pay attention to it, but when we watched that first trailer when it came out, when you were pointing out like, oh, it looks like they're going to all of the places Luke was. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw Hoth. I'm pretty sure they were in Bespin, and I'm pretty sure I saw Yavin. I don't think I saw Endor, but it's possible.
And yeah, I don't know. It seems that's curling around closer in some ways to more civilization than we've seen so far on The Mandalorian.
Well, he's been chased by X-Wings, so it looks like we're really seeing, like, maybe him interacting with, the New Republic, which I already said I wanted to see more of. This time, Mando is not hiding out on the outskirts of civilization. The Bounty Hunter Guild's not after him anymore, and he has a specific thing he has to do. He doesn't have to be on backwater planet of help farmers or whatever they farmed.
So we're going to have the cowboy going into the city.
Yeah. He's going to San Francisco. Oh, God, him on Coruscant would be real interesting. You know, with the way that they film this, with what it is, it's not nearly as expensive to do, like, crazy movie quality sets. So you could do Coruscant pretty, I'm not going to say easily, but, like,
More
manageably.
easily.
Way more than any other show has ever been able to, like, come to on that one.
Like, I know shows have been, like, still been in production since, like, the whole pandemic started, but it'll be interesting to see how it's affected that, especially having just watched the previous season and now this next one coming out. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to affect this season much. It might affect the next one, because they talked about they had finished like almost all of the filming before lockdown happened, and this had just been their post-production CGI stuff, and they can largely do that from home.
As of, I think, like 5 days ago, they're still saying that they're planning on starting filming before the end of the year. Because they do have that weird holodeck that they use.
Yeah. God, that thing is so cool. If you've not watched the behind the scenes how they make it, watch it just to see the weird fucking holodeck.
And I heard something just today, actually, that, like, one of the DPs for one of the episodes in this season that's about to drop literally wasn't on set. DP'd remotely.
Oh, wow.
Damn, that's almost creepy.
Yeah.
I guess the last thing I have on this is just that I'm going to address a quick rumor because people keep asking me about it, and the answer is no. Pedro Pascal did not leave the show halfway through the season. This rumor started up, and the big place to report it was like a random YouTube lady who apparently gets things wrong a lot, and a website called Cosmic Book News that mostly shares Gamergate alt-right bullshit.
Yeah, they get things right like 1 in 20 times.
They also predicted that Patrick Stewart was quitting Picard. Like, it's anything that they consider SJW, they will be like, oh no, it's falling apart. But for some reason, this theory clicked, and I think it's mostly because everyone's really fucking terrified of losing the Mandalorian, because it's been a rough year, guys. We need this. But I was reading interviews, and they're like, what are you talking about? Pedro Pascal was on the set more this season than he was the last season.
Right, because first season, it's kind of well known that, like, he was on board, but he wasn't on set that often. Like, that's very often Lateef Crowder in the suit.
Lateef Crowder and something Wayne.
Yeah, I can't remember his first name.
Because they had 2 stunt doubles, one for the, like, fight scenes and one for the gun scenes, which...
Brendan Wayne.
When we recorded the last episode, I realized we were talking about, like, how good Pedro Pascal is an actor of acting through that helmet without speaking. And it turns out it's how good Lateef Crowder is as an actor.
Which, I like Lateef Crowder.
I don't know him, but the name is kind of familiar. Cool.
I know him from literally 2 things.
You know... I like to see that Pedro Pascal is getting more involved. It sounded like from the interviews that he found it a little disconcerting at first because he's not done basically voiceover work for live action before. And I can see how that'd be really like kind of jarring to do.
Right.
I don't know. But then, no, the chances of him having left the show, and the insistence was he wanted his face to be seen. And I was like, how interesting that you chose the lead character of a show who's a person of color to put these, like, weird egotist rumors to, you fucking ass. Nothing. So, no, the chances of that being true is almost non-existent.
I am starting to get a little tired of seeing Giancarlo Esposito as a villain.
Is that the guy who plays Gideon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's been Moff Gideon. He was Gus Fring on Breaking Bad. He's currently the bad guy on The Boys. He's the head of Vought Industries. And he kind of plays the same character in all 3.
I can see it.
Not quite, but like there's differences for sure.
Typecasting is a thing.
he has found the role that pays for his existence and is fun for. He clearly enjoys doing that. Like, you can even see it with Gideon.
Oh yeah, and he's fantastic. I'm just like, all right, here's Giancarlo Esposito as a villain again. Cool. I'm pretty sure I've seen this a few
The villain
times.
being just Giancarlo Esposito. Who is it? Don't, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
But I mean, this is the first place I think I've seen him, and I was just immediately like, wow, this dude is terrifying. And he looks so nice in real life.
Right. I mean, I guess he's not a bad guy in Dear White People. So, whatever. I'm trying to think if I just kind of want to go back and rewatch episodes 6 and 7.
Yeah, I watched them right before coming over.
More times.
And part of me was like, man, I could watch some more. I'll probably just put on Rebels again. What do you just made an exciting face.
Oh, just because I just realized the first place that I actually saw Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, where was that?
The Spike Lee film School Days.
I've heard of it.
Because my mom bought it out of a $5 bin at Walmart because she didn't understand what it's about. I have to imagine that's why. Yeah, we can go into the details on that some other time. Because that is definitely not a movie she would have picked out for me for any
This will be fine. It says school.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a movie all about colorism within Black University.
Yeah. Heavy.
Yeah.
Fucking heavy. But on the message of the Mando, do you have any last thoughts? Either of you, any last thoughts? Anything you really want to see in the new season other than we know we're going to see Ahsoka?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still want that backstory drop about Baby Yoda. Like, I don't know. I know what.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. There has to be some larger reason why Mando would just be like, well, I'm going to give up my entire career for this. And I don't know. It'd be nice. So that's just me.
I'm so torn on wanting to see more of Yoda species and never wanting to know more about Yoda species, because I kind of liked the George Lucas rule of no, he needs to be a mystery. But I also really want to see Yoda's home planet at the same time. Like, I'm just worried that it's going to be if you hold out a mystery for too long, no matter what, the answer won't be like as satisfying as you want it to be.
Right.
You're like, even if the answer is that, like, no, they're all dead. We never found out about them, but we did have a genetic sample of, like, I don't know, somehow having an copy of their remaining DNA, and yeah, like, he would be like a genetic experiment or something.
I mean, Yoda's been around for 900 years and would have still been alive when the baby was born 50 years ago. So, like, it's super possible to have gotten...
I was going to say, the child's actually a clone of Yaddle, not Yoda.
The backup Yoda with hair from episode 1.
Yeah.
People were so excited when Yaddle was first announced. They were like, there's another Yoda. And then it doesn't have a single speaking line and is never mentioned again. Like,
just what happened to Yaddle?
Nope, no one knows. Apparently no one cares.
Let's see. So I think the thing I want to see, we're not going to see.
What's that?
Because I think it's canonically probably been centuries since one was in commission. But with the amount of extra Mandalorian stuff that we know is coming in,
You want to see the Basilisk War Droid?
I fucking want to see a Basilisk War Droid so bad.
Gun bear!
Yes, they're fucking gun bearers. Laser-faced gun bears. Oh, man. I think in the EU, they talk about them being all dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think Revan makes them extinct, which is a super bummer.
But I don't care. I want a Basilisk War Droid, and I want Mando riding a Mythosaur. That's all I want.
Or Mando riding a Basilisk War Droid. I don't need to see a Mythosaur, personally. Just the skull. I'd love to see an actual Mythosaur skull, though. Like, go into a Mando museum or Mando temple. Obviously, I want to see the rule why Mandos in past things that Dave Filoni did could take off their helmets, and why this, like, tribe of, like, fundamentalists can't.
Yeah.
But I don't even want that heavily explained. I almost just want to meet, like, Sabine Wren from Rebels, who was last seen hanging out with Ahsoka Tano, and being like, "Oh, you're one of those." Just like watch her take off the helmet and have Jin be like, "You did what?"
What do you think Boba Fett's signet is?
It kind of depends on if he counts as a Mando or not.
Right.
And Boba might not count at all either way, because he wouldn't have been... I mean, his dad raised him as Mando, assuming that these guys still count as Mando. But he, other than that, didn't live with the Mandalorians, so... He might not have one. He might be the Mandalorian equivalent of, like... The guy that like used to live nearby and moved back 30 years later.
The poser.
Boba's just the biggest poser Mandalorian.
Or like he actually, is a Mandalorian but hasn't done the final training or whatever because he can't because of blah 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 blah. I've been, that Worf, like I've been separated since before this age. But I'm still a fucking Mandalorian and fucking try and stop me. Or in Worf's case, still a fucking Klingon. I want a Klingon Mandalorian. I know it's like literally not possible.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it?
It'll happen. Eventually. You'll probably be dead, but it'll be a last grasp somewhere in the far future when both these franchises are needing to make some money still.
I mean, I am a leather worker who is making a leather armor based off both of those as we speak. So it might just happen when I get bored.
Oh, well, that works. I mean,
Zach's drunk and mixing armors together. Look, it's a Klingon warrior. Kling-DeLorean. Look, the other option is Manon, and that is not better.
Mandalingon? Mandalingon?
It just sounds like something out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang at this point.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Mandalingon.
I don't know. I'm just becoming increasingly happy for some reason that I have Mudhorn Signet on my head.
Yeah, you bought us those Mudhorn things, and you showed it. You put it on your hat. I'm like, God damn it, that's brilliant. I need to do that. People have started buying me or just gifting me random Mandalorian things. Like one of our friends gave Anya, who was on our Your Faves Problematic, gave me a Mandalorian patch that she found. People were like, "Oh, you would like this." Like, you guys are right. I do like way. This.
This is the way. Basilisk War Droid. That's all I want to see. That's all I have to say on The Mandalorian, I think, too. I can't think anything else other than I just want those new episodes to be here now so I can stop wondering what they're going to tell us and just get told.
For us, it'll be a little less than 2 weeks. For you listening to this show, it'll be a little under a week. 4 days. 4 days. You'll know exactly what I will be doing that night. If I think I get off work before Cece does that day, so I'll have managed to make it that she didn't watch it without me. She did that all the time with Mandalorian. That'll be exciting. Do we have any recommendations this week? I ask like that's a new thing.
Yeah, I have a recommendation.
Okay, good.
I do. So, got turned on to this rapper like 6 days ago, and it's been almost all I've been listening to music-wise lately. So my recommendation is a rapper by the name of Rez Coast Grizz. I feel like there's a more accurate way to describe his style, but the way it was sold to me and the way I started listening to him is that he is native Post Malone. Mm-hmm. And as I was listening to him more and more, I'm like, this is dope. I like this. I got to find out more about this cat. And I looked him up the other day, and it turns out he's from Montana.
Oh, sweet.
From over on the Crow Agency, from Lodge Grass, currently living down in Arizona. But holy shit, fucking digging some Rez Coast Grizz. That's my recommendation. Go check it out. His songs are all super short, so it's really easy to check out his shit.
Nice. Mine is going to be, I'm just going to tie it directly to what we're doing here. It is going to be Star Wars: The Bounty Hunter's Code by Daniel Wallace. It is one of these in-universe books, like written like it's actually happened. Over on the Art of Wargaming, we covered 2 of these books with the Jedi Path and the Book of the Sith. This is the same thing, but for like bounty hunters and Mandalorians. So the first half is just like the guild intro guidebook, and the second half is the ravings of the founder of the Death Watch. He is unhinged and unpleasant, but it's a lot of fun. I think I've mentioned it here before. I am a sucker for any kind of book that is written from an in-universe perspective. Like, welcome to this technical manual. This will be everything you need to fly your Millennium Falcon. IT 1800 or something like that. It just is immersive in a way that I enjoy. Like that style.
Nice.
Yui, anything for... It's fine if not, too. We did not, prep you for this.
I mean, I was mostly just going to recommend the two things that I mentioned earlier. Adventure Time, because it's a wonderful series, and season 2 of Umbrella Academy, because it was also very good. Like, even though they go, kind of like I said earlier, they go way off the book, but they take it in some really neat directions.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yui, thank you for joining us as always. I mean, this is the third time here.
Always good to be back.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were setting up for your spiel, and I'm like, I'll talk now.
No, actually, I was just going to say thanks as well.
Well,
but
I
then
just
you
beat
beat
you
me
to
to it. So it's like, fine. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. And this was much more pleasant than having to put you through Tarantino.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
no, a lot better homework this time.
I can only imagine. And then we'll only be able to do it more as we get more Mando to talk about.
Yeah.
Hooray.
And hopefully more droids to talk about.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Imagine all of the droids we'll have.
You know, in the 80s, there was this Star Wars cartoon literally just called Star Wars Droids, and it was following C-3PO and R2-D2. Just skip that entire concept and shitty cartoon design, and just have a show called Star Wars Droids that's an anthology show about droids in Star Wars.
It's like that Love, Death, and Robots thing on Netflix.
Yes, but Star Wars.
But Star Wars.
I would watch that.
That would be a top seller.
I agree. So, did you? Is it time for my spiel?
Yeah, I think it's time.
What's my spiel? Oh yeah, I guess
you've only done this 42 times.
What are we? Oh yeah, we already mentioned we're doing Coco next week.
Yeah, next week we're doing Coco, which I haven't seen yet, so I'm pretty excited about.
And I have cried.
I have been told to expect this.
So next week we'll be talking about the movie Coco. In order to listen to us do that, please hit subscribe however you're listening to us right now. Also, if you could rate and review us however you're listening to us right now, that'd be super helpful because the whole world is ran on algorithms and we want to be up in them, and that helps in all of those ways. Also, tell people. We don't mind that. I don't mind that. Zach,
no, I think I love that. I think that sounds fucking great.
Tell people about it. Along with that, you can always head over to our website, www.generalnerdcast.com. While you're over there, you can contact us through the website or by emailing us, generalnerderypod@gmail.com. Also, if you click the links up at the top, we are part of the Earworm Podcast Network. Listen to the other shows over on the network. Listen to me talk about horror movies over on Fried Squirms. Zach?
You can listen to me and my buddy Malark talk about war and war treatises and war gaming over on The Art of Wargaming.
Follow us on all the social medias. Just search for General Nerdery will be what pops up. We would love to hear from you guys.
We promise someday we'll do it.
Yui, plug your stuff.
I have an art page called Fawn House Designs on Facebook and Instagram.
We should say art. House is spelled Haus on that.
Yes, and Fawn is spelled Faun.
And it'll be linked down in our show notes, along with our recommendations in case you forget what we told you to go check out. It'll make it easy on you guys. Am I forgetting anything?
No, I think that's good. I think we're all very tired today. I think it's time to go home. In the meantime, we're your generals of nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
That's Yui. 3, 2, 1. Dismissed.